Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, one and all, back to Fearless Broadcasting, home for everything iRacing. Stay fast, stay fearless. Tonight, we're bringing to you the Usora, United States Online Racing Association race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Echo Park Raceway, as it's now known as. We've got an incredible field out there tonight, all running Halloween paint schemes, as I've been told. This race will be brought to you by Revolution Racing, one of the primary teams and one of the primary sponsors of this league. We hope you enjoy tonight's race, and it's exciting to see who will be atop the top step on the podium tonight, especially out here at a tricky track like Atlanta. As we come to the close of qualifying, currently in first place, David Justin in the number 11 Toyota, followed by Kyle Reynolds in the number 20 Chevrolet. Gregory Vadnais, in the number 24 Chevrolet. Jimmy Gordon in the number 48 Chevrolet. Christopher Lindsay in the number 19. Jacob Schaffet, in the number 00. Jackson Pohl in the number 16. Hunter Burcham in the number 22 Ford. Wyatt D. Hicks in the number 78. Alex McGuire in the number 64. Tyler Martin in the number 88. John Mower in the number 83. Ethan Farless in the number 28. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in the number 98, Cameron Sterling in the number 32 Chevrolet, and the number 2 of Waylon Bertram. The bottom 4 cars, according to my timesheet, have not yet set a time, so we will have to see how these guys do out there on the track. We'll ride on board with Waylon Bertram for his outlap. Getting a little squirrely out of the pit lane and smashes the wall. Very unfortunate way to start his qualifying. He will probably have to reset and start over. Bit of a burnout, start back up. That's all right. Why is my timesheet glitching out? I do not understand what is going on. Oh, it might be because their times are so close together, it might not be working correctly. I do not understand why it's doing that. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see if I can't fix that. We'll go to their best times for the qualifying screen, see if that helps at all. Number 2 starting his qualifying run, once again, Waylon Bertram, the number 2 Ford. Discount tire number 2. Very pretty looking car, admittedly. He comes around through turns 3, entering into 4. A lot of speed coming up through this lap. Getting across the bottom of the quad oval there. Keeping that speed up as he comes back around for his second lap through turns 1 and 2. Moving up to the 12th position on that first lap. See if he gets any better speed on the second time around. Down the backstretch, heading into turn 3 once again. A little high off of 4, but that's okay. Clipping that bottom line, across the line, that is going to keep him in 12th place. Unfortunately for him, no improvement on that qualifying run, despite his best efforts, as he spins out a little bit, coming back down to a stop. Once again, this is the United States Online Racing Association here at Atlanta. Once again, folks, I do not entirely understand what is wrong with my timing screen here on the left-hand side. So hopefully, once we are in the normal race, the above top of the screen decal works a little bit better for our race. I do not know how much longer we have to wait until the end of qualifying, but I'm sure that we'll be underway in just a few moments. For the time being, David Justin, the number 11 Toyota, is your pole position holder, followed in second place by the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds, followed third of Gregory Vadnais, Jimmy Gordon in fourth in number 48, Christopher Lindsay in the number 19, leading in fifth place, Jacob Schaffet, number 6, in sixth place in the 00, Jackson Pohl in the number 16, Cameron Sterling in the number 32, Hunter Bertram in the number 22, Wyatt D. Hicks in 10th place in the number 78, Alex McGuire in 11th place at the number 64 Ford, Waylon Bertram in this number 2 Ford coming up in 12th, Tyler Martin in the number 88 Chevrolet in 13th, John Moeller in the number 83 in 14th. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in 15th in the number 98. And Ethan Farless coming 16th place on the start. Jump towards the back of the field with him. Forgive me, folks. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my equipment here. does not seem to be playing nice with me tonight. So I can only apologize. Give me just 1 second to attempt to figure this out. Alright. Seems to be that there were multiple of the program open, so let's hope that that works a bit better. There we go, that helped. Excuse me 1 second. We go back full screen on my side. And clear that. Oops. We'll see if that works out a little bit better for us as we start on our formation lap. 130 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or the Echo Park Speedway now. It's been Atlanta for me since I was a kid, so believe me, I'm going to call it Atlanta. A lot of very pretty Halloween-themed paint jobs out there tonight. Number 20 on the top right, on the top left, excuse me, of your screen as they come back around this time by. Number 20 car, Camaro, of Kyle Reynolds. Let's see if we can get a better look at him here. Not a lot of luck with my cameras tonight, but that's okay. There you go. Orange, gray, and black with the red numbers. That's a very pretty paint job. The 19 on the bottom there, third line back. That is another very good paint job with jack-o'-lanterns on the bottom. This is the USORA, United States Online Racing Association. We are heading back around turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to start racing here at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. Jump back on board with our leader, David Justin. Through the restart zone, and we are not green flag racing. We are under caution. We are under caution before the race has even begun. Very unusual. I'm not entirely sure what happened. A lot of cars toward the back seem to have had an issue. However, in my timesheet here, I am not seeing what could have caused it. Very unusual way to start this race. I currently do not have any information as to what has occurred. We may find out later. Unfortunate event, but we will have to see once we get going here. Jump back up to our leader for David Justin as they stack the field up once again. A lot of cars lining up on the bottom seemingly. Pace car has got its lights off. We're going to stack right back on up. Get ready for the restart. Get everybody lined on up once again. Now we are green flag, and the 11 is off like a rocket. Lap 1 of 130 here at very sorry about that. Been a long day trying to English. Oh boy, the number 11 gets turned around on the first turn. Coming out of turn 2. Gets absolutely hooked by the number 19. Or by number 20, excuse me. Number 20 of Kyle Reynolds, the 24, excuse me. Wait. Hang on. What? The car numbered 24 dumped the number 11 on the start of the race. Very unfortunate way to start this race for that number 11 car. Number 24 went all the way down to the bottom and just completely turned him around. Chased him all the way down below the white line and completely dumped him. Very unfortunate way to start this race. David Justin's going to have a lot of work to do going from last to first again and trying to get that lap back, as we're on lap 3 of 130 as we are still green flag racing. Number 20 car of Kyle Reynolds keeping the lead for the time being as they come around through the quad oval and back into turn 1. Number 20, 00. Oh, and there's another slider off the back of the off of turn 2. Let's jump back to that really quick. Let's take a quick look at who that is. That is the number 16 of Jackson Pohl. And he just gets turned by the 83. Manages to save it, keeps it going, keeps it rolling. Very lucky save from him. A lot of bumping and banging this early in the race. You don't always expect it this early, and that's what's kind of concerning, especially since this is a long way to go for a super speedway of a 130 lap race as we go and complete 5 laps, this time by jumping back up to the number 20, our leader, in Kyle Reynolds once again, as they are getting all squirrely up in here, running a lane and a half. That 00 holding the bottom, but concedes the place. Your top 6 include 5 Chevys and a Ford, as the number 1 car's in the wall. These guys are getting really loose, really early, and very risky with their moves. It is way too early to be racing this hard, boys and girls, as we come around and start lap 7 as we go to 1 and 2 once again. This is the Usora here on Fearless Broadcasting, the only channel for everything iRacing. Stay fast and stay fearless. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, once again here at Atlanta Speedway, Echo Park Speedway, with the Usora here on the Fearless Broadcasting YouTube channel. As your leader in the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds takes the bottom into turn 4, leading us back around to start lap number 10. The number 48 of Jimmy Gordon just on his tail, and another very Halloween-inspired paint job as they're going 2 wide behind him. Number 64 of Alex McGuire and 24 of Gregory Days. Challenging for 4th, Jacob Shoffett in the number 00 Chevrolet, following them, trying to chase them down and get that place back. As they come out of turns 3 and 4 into the quad oval. Let's jump a little bit further into the back of the pack here. Let's jump on down to Hunter Burcham, as there's a huge pack back here. Number 22 riding on board with him. Number 11 of David Justin leading this pack for the time being. Don't know how that damage affected him, excuse me. A lot of very fun paint jobs out there tonight. Halloween is one of the best times of year for race fans, especially since us guys on iRacing get to go a little bit wild with what paints we're allowed to run. As you can see by that number 19, look at him with all the jack-o'-lanterns and the slightly creepy man on the hood there. As we come around to turn 1 and 2, down the backstretch, 22 getting some help from the 11, chasing him all the way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. This is a pretty decent pack back here, challenging for the 6th place. That is currently Hunter Burcham's, who is currently 6 seconds off the top 5. Excuse me. Number 11 of David Justin still pulling and leading the way of this field, or of this pack anyway, excuse me. I had a long day at work. It was a little tiring tonight, but we're getting there. 22 getting chased down by the 98 of Thaddeus Friel Jr. and the number 88 of Tyler Martin. Not too far behind is Cameron Sterling, the number 32 Chevrolet. Wyatt B. Hickson, the number 78, is chasing them down. Tyler Martin losing a few spots there, but that's okay. Long race left. We complete 14 laps, starting lap 15, our leaders anyway. As these guys come across the line, starting lap 15 themselves. We jump a little bit further back. Let's jump down to the number 83 of John Moeller. Currently towards the back of this small pack here. Chased down by the number 19 and the number 2 of Christopher Lindsay and Waylon Burcham, respectively. Back through turns 3 and 4 once again. Number 11 still leading this small pack, trying to get these guys got back up with the leaders. He keeps pulling down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to let them guys by. But I don't think this 22 wants to lose the draft from that Toyota in front of him. Because once he does, that slipstream, well, at least the effect of it, will be greatly reduced. He might not be the best leader. He might be a better pusher in this case as well. Especially, oh, and the 32 slides out. 32 of Cameron Sterling slides out a little bit. Let's jump back here a little bit, rewind the tape. Run the high side off of 4. It just gets a little loose and noses into the outside wall. He keeps it going. Lost a lot of speed, probably damaged his wheel, and definitely damaged that outside fender. But he should be able to keep that thing going. Little damage to the nose as well, as you can see that his hood's crumpled up, which is unfortunate. That is a great looking race car, and it's been incredibly fast all night. Jump back live on board with him. This is lap 18 of 130. As we come around this time, we'll jump back up to our leader, Kyle Reynolds, the number 20 Chevrolet. 2 wide behind him, challenging for second place, the number 24 and the number 64. I like the chrome paint job on the 64, the number 64 Ford Mustang of Alex McGuire. That is an incredible looking paint job. Let's jump on with him for the time being. .180 miles an hour around through the quad oval as we start lap 20 of 130. These are your current standings on the left-hand side of your screen. This is the USORA, United States Online Racing Association, here on Fearless Broadcasting YouTube channel. Stay fast and stay fearless. Lap 23 of 130 laps started now, this time by. We're running along now with the 00 Chevrolet of Jacob Shoffett, chasing down the number 64 of Alex McGuire and the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds. Being chased down by the number 24 of Gregory forgive me, this is a slightly goofy name, and I apologize for that, Gregory. Gregory Vadnais and the number 48 of Jimmy Gordon. We come back around towards the backstretch off of 2. Number 16 of Jackson Cole is way off the back of the pack. The number 16 Wendy Chevrolet rides on the bottom, trying to let them all by without losing too much position. Whoa, and he slides across the grass, mowing the grass a little bit there. Keep it straight, locks him up. No damage, and the caution is out for the number 16 of Jackson Cole. Unfortunate series of events there for the number 16 of Jackson Cole. Let's take a quick ride back. Take a quick jump back. He just loses it, slides along the grass, manages to keep it off the wall, but he can't keep it rolling straight because he came back up onto the track a little bit. They threw the caution as the tail of the field came back along and came on by. Very, very unfortunate there for him, as he is now, I believe, 1 lap down. Jacob Shoffett has taken the lead from Kyle Reynolds. Some cars deciding to pit early into the race. Lap 26 of 130 this time by will be completed. Jump onto the pit lane camera here. Watch some of the cars come on down pit road. Number 24 of Gregory Vadnais, number 48 of Jimmy Gordon, number 88 of Tyler Martin, 83 of John Moeller, number 19 of Christopher Lindsay, number 98 of Thaddeus Friel Jr., number 32 of Cameron Sterling, and the number 16 of Jackson Cole are all in the pits. As we come back through lap 27, we'll jump to the rear camera here on pit road and see the race off of pit road, see how this goes for everybody. And it's a drag race off pit road. Gregory Vadnais gets it, followed by Jimmy Gordon, Tyler Martin, John Moeller. Thaddeus Friel Jr. coming off pit road after them. Christopher Lindsay and Cameron Sterling seemingly having longer stops. Maybe they had damage at some point. It's the number 19 of Christopher Lindsay, as we're riding on board now, just gets underway. The number 32 of Cameron Sterling, he was the one that wrecked a few laps ago, damaged his nose and his fenders. He's probably saving a fast repair if there is one in this league, to try and wait out the field as best as he can to save that repair for as late in the race as possible, because it's super speedway racing, folks, and anything can happen. We jump back on board with the number 00 of Jacob Shoffett, who is leading the way. On his outside, the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds. In third place is the number 64 of Alex McGuire, the number 22 of Hunter Bertram. Wyatt D. Hicks in fifth. Waylon Bertram in sixth. Gregory Vadnais in seventh. Jimmy Gordon in eighth. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in ninth. Tyler Martin in 10th. John Moeller in 11th. Christopher Lindsay in 12th. Cameron Sterling in 13th. Jackson Pohl and David Justin, 14th and 15th respectively, are both a lap down. As we line up once again, getting ready to go green, we'll take a quick move on down as we watch the field come by. Take a good look at all these beautiful paint jobs for Halloween tonight. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to the end of the stage, as I've just been told by the boss. Thank you, Fearless. Means a lot. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to the end of the stage, basically a green-white checker, but only for stage points. So lap 31 is the end of the stage as the pace car comes off as we enter the Echo Park restart zone here at Atlanta Speedway. 22 getting a little handsy on the number 20 there as he punts him on the restart. We are green flag once again. 00 leading the way, 20 on the outside, number 64 on the inside. 64 taking the initiative and rocketing up that inside line. Number 20 and 22 falling back hard here, not really getting a good restart. 22 moves to the outside. They are 3 wide down the backstretch, excuse me, as we enter turns 3 and 4. One more lap to go for the shootout. They're getting real squirrely here. There, the 20 running all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Very risky move from him. Managed to keep it on the road, but that was incredibly risky. Number 2 and the 22 getting a little bit extracurricular with themselves. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. That's okay. As the number 00 of Jacob Schaffet will take the stage. And the caution's out for the stage. Jacob Schaffet won the stage, followed by the number 64 of Alex McGuire. 3rd place in the stage, Gregory Van Mays. 4th place, Waylon Bertrand. 5th, Kyle Reynolds. 6th, Hunter Bertrand. 7th, Thaddeus Friel Jr. 8th, Cameron Sterling, 9th of Jimmy, 9th place, Jimmy Gordon, the number 48. 10th is the 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks. Tyler Martin in the number 88 and 11th place. Christopher Lindsay in the number 19, in 12th place. John Moeller in 13th. At the end of stage 1, 32 laps completed out of 130. This has been Fearless Broadcasting at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park Speedway. Whoa! There was a crash. Did they forget to slow down for the pace car? They did. They didn't check up in time for the pace car. Huge wreck. Let's jump back on board with the 19. We'll jump back a little bit here before we go to a small break. Let's take a closer look at what happened there. Slowing down for the pace car. And he just got dumped. Completely dumped. That is going to lead to some words. I can definitely feel it. Who did he crash into? That's 23? The 83, excuse me. The 83 didn't check up in time and dumped the 19. That is a lot of damage to that race car, to both race cars. That is going to lead to some words, I believe, and rightfully so, in my opinion. If I were the 19 of Christopher Lindsay, I would be apocalyptic at this point. jump back on board with our current leader, Jacob Shoffett, as he comes down into pit road. We'll jump to our pit road camera at the end of pit road. As the field comes around, number 11 car, of course, getting his service a little bit early of David Justin in 15th place and a lap down. Very, very unfortunate racing for him out there tonight. But we'll see if he can claw some places back if he gets the lucky dog. As the field comes down pit road, this is Fearless Broadcasting, the home for everything iRacing. Stay fast and stay fearless. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back once again. Jumping on board with your leader, the number 24 of Gregory Badnays, as we take the green flag starting lap 35 here at Atlanta Speedway. And we are green flag racing once again as they enter turn 1. 24 followed by the 48 and the 98. Turn 2, down the backstretch. Followed by the 19, the 88, and the 22. Some cars choosing to run the high side, coming off of 4, trying to get a little bit of that extra speed as they come down towards the front straightaway, completing the first lap of stage 2. We'll jump a little bit further to Hunter Burcham. Too wide racing further back here in the pack as we get back underway. 22 following the 16 on the high side. A little too hot. Scraping the wall a little bit there, falling back, losing a little bit of speed. 22 and the 20 deciding to run down to the bottom of the racetrack. Try to get on the inside line with some of the faster guys out there. 16 seems to be really loose on that high side. I'm not sure why that might be a little bit too much or too little on the aero on that car. You can't really tell from a spectator point of view, especially in iRacing. 22 chasing down the 11, lap car of the 11. 16 and the 78 working that outside a little bit better now. 64 and the 00 in front of the 11 and the 22. Come back to turns 1 and 2, down to the backstretch. Well, they are just running away with it front pack. Gregory Badnays, I'm going to get that wrong all night, I apologize. Continues to be your leader. That 64 running all the way up to the outside, trying to make some magic happen from out there. Just doesn't seem to have enough speed to do it. But that is a lot of help from that number 88 as he gets a good toe on that high side. Number 48 also seeming to help out a little bit more, maybe their teammates up there on the high side. Trying to stay about a lane and a half so he can get his teammate, potentially 88. if that is the case. If not, I do apologize. 24 running all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. That's an interesting choice. High side seeming to start getting underway again. 88 followed by the 64, the 22, and the 20. That 48 of Jimmy Gordon is really trying to make a move on the number 24. Of course, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup candy car. Peanut Butter Cup pumpkins. Very appropriate for Halloween as well. They dip below the white line, once again. Pushing number 98 car up high. Chased down by the lap car of the 11. Again, a little bit of a push. We'll start getting the draft train going here. Come back into turns 3 and 4 down the backstretch. 41 of 130. Number 11 starting to make some moves again of David Justin. David Justin. My apologies. Trying to make that high side work off of 1 and 2. Get a little bit of assistance from the 3 guys behind him, hopefully, if they can catch back up to him. Whoop, a little bit, whoop, blips of the internet. There we go. We're doing better again. Number 64 sneaking by him on the inside, being chased down by the 88 and the 16. Getting a little loose behind him. The 78 and the 00 of Jacob Shoffett and Wyatt D. Hicks. Oh, and they're wrecking. And the caution's out. Let's jump back to see what happened there. Let's jump back a little bit. We're going to jump on board with the 11. Oh, I can already kind of feel it from here. The 11 turns the 98 and collects the 64 on the way up. Very, very unfortunate there. Don't know if the number 98 came down on him or if he went up into the 98. Let's see if we can get a different camera here. See if that helps. So coming off the quad oval into turn 1. And he just hooks that quarter panel, and there they all go. Bit of a bad decision, I believe, on both drivers' parts. Hopefully they can both get on out there again and keep racing. As we are under caution at lap 44 of 130 here with the USORA, United States Online Racing Association. As we start lap 45 under caution. So currently your leader, Gregory Vadnais, in the number 24 Game of Thrones Chevrolet. Followed by the Jimmy Gordon in the number 48 Chevrolet Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pumpkin Car. Followed by the number 88 of Tyler Martin, the Class A Chevrolet. Followed by Jacob Shoffett, the number 00. Wyatt D. Hicks in the number 78 Mix Match Chevrolet. Followed by Hunter Burcham, in the number 22 Ford. Kyle Reynolds in the number 20 Chevrolet. Waylon Bertram in the number 2 Discount Tires Ford. John Moeller in the number 83 Chevrolet. Alex McGuire involved in that last wreck in the number 64 Max Tools, I believe that is. Max Tools Ford. I really like this paint job. I'm going to admit. This is probably my favorite paint job that is Mac Tools. This is probably my favorite paint job out on the field tonight. I am a huge fan of the chrome paints. That just is a beautiful looking car as it shines in the sunlight. In 11th place is Jackson Pohl in the number 16 Chevrolet, the Wendy's 16. Thaddeus Friel Jr. just coming out of the pits in the number 98. Cannot tell if that has been fast repaired or... Oh, that they have a lot of damage still. That nose is really caved in. We'll see if he can keep that speed up for the remainder of the race. Yeah, that entire right side of the car is just totally destroyed. Very unfortunate for Thaddeus Friel. But let's hope he can keep that thing going for the remainder of the race. Number 19 of Christopher Lindsay is in the pits in the Jack-O-Lantern number 19. David Justin in the number 11, the Peace Energy 11 Toyota, also involved in that last wreck. Has a lot of damage. He was involved in a wreck early on. Very unfortunate racing for him out there tonight. Hopefully he can get it repaired enough to keep on going, and if not, we'll have to see. Number 32 of Cameron Sterling also in the pits. I cannot read the name on that car for its sponsor, which is unfortunate. Oops, excuse me. None of my cameras seem to really get a good look at that car. So hopefully he is also able to get back out there, because I would like to see what his sponsors are. As we stack them up once again, number 24 of Gregory Vadnais. Game of Thrones car on the bottom line. Heads through the restart zone, and we are green flag once again. Lap 46 completed of 130. Lap 47 just beginning. Huge run off the start for that number 24. Number 48 chasing him down, followed by the number 88 on the inside line. 00 of Jacob Shoffett on the outside, working back down to the inside. Number 22 of Hunter Burcham trying to work that outside. That outside does not seem to have a lot of speed, as all of the Chevys in front whiz on by. Number 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks finally getting up towards the front of the pack. 22 running all the way up towards the wall. Number 48 cutting real low as they almost go 3 wide there. Starting to get a couple lines going. Come back around, turns 2, down towards the backstretch. Number 64 getting punted a little bit there by the looks of it. Of Alex McGuire getting shoved a little bit by the 16. All the way back up towards the wall. And come back around to the front stretch. Number 64 trying to chase down the number 83 and the number 2 on the outside. As we can enter 1 and 2. We'll ride on board with number 64 for just a minute here as we stay green flag racing. This is Fearless Broadcasting on YouTube with the USORA, United States Online Racing Association, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park Speedway. We are still riding on board with the number 64 Mustang of Alex McGuire, trying to run down the number 98 Mustang of Thaddeus Friel Jr. A lot of damage on that number 98. He's keeping that thing going. Surprised he's not having temp problems as they run back towards the bottom, trying to get underneath the number 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks on the inside line as they enter turn 3. Jump up Wyatt. Lap 52 completed, starting lap 53, number 22 on the inside of the 78 as we come back around towards the turns 1 and 2. That high side just does not seem to have any kind of speed out there tonight. As the number 78 and the number 64 lose more places, and they are dropping towards the back of the field once again. Running all the way up to the wall. Number 78 and number 64 tucking back in behind the number 20. Very unfortunate racing out there tonight for a lot of guys, especially with the cautions we've had, a few of wrecks, and just the speed of these cars. Because once you get up on the high side, by the looks of it, these cars just do not have any kind of speed. As the 20 rides the bottom a little bit, riding the bottom a little bit can be a little dangerous, especially at these super speedways, as we show the dashboard here. You're doing 180, 190 miles an hour around this track. If you clip that bottom too hard, you're going to spin yourself out like you would at Talladega or at Daytona super speedways. But we're having some good racing out here tonight. We jump back up towards the front of the field. Gregory Vadnais, the number 24 Chevrolet, 88 of Tyler Martin in second. Jacob Schoffett in the number 00 following behind him. Jimmy Gordon in the number 48 taking 4th place, being challenged by Hunter Burcham for the 5th place position. Crash, according to my timesheet. Jackson Pohl has crashed. Let's jump over with him really quick. Oh, was that out? Number 16 slid it out through the grass and plants it in the outside wall. Spins it around, trying to get it back. And something happened to Gregory Vadnais. And there's wrecking all over the place back here. What is going on? Alex McGuire has spun. $16 on the bottom, 20 didn't check up, and dumps the 64 of Alex McGuire. Just looks like a good love tap. Not a lot of damage, just a lot of force behind it. As the number 64 gets it spun back around, facing the right way as he rejoins the track into turn 3. Jump on board with him on the live feed. Nope, maybe not. Gregory Vadnais. I still do not know what happened to Greg, which is very unfortunate. Let's jump back here a little bit. Oh! The 24 got dumped by the 88 of Tyler Martin just before the caution came out. He's trying to get off the racetrack, or at least get back up to speed as we get going again. And this is where the 64 wrecked. Just after then, man. Gregory Vadnais entering the pits, coming down pit road. A lot of unfortunate racing out there tonight for a lot of really fast cars, and that's what kind of sucks. Because you never really want to see these cars, or these drivers especially, get turned by other guys. There's nothing worse than getting wrecked out of a really good race. As we are just shy of halfway this time by, starting lap 60 next time by. Your leader as we ride on board with him, Tyler Martin, the number 88, followed in second place by the number 00 of Jacob Schoffett, the number 22 of Hunter Burcham in the number 22 Ford in third place, Kyle Reynolds in the number 20 Chevrolet in fourth, Waylon Burcham in the number 2 Ford in 5th place. Wyatt D. Hicks in 6th in the number 78 Chevrolet. Jimmy Gordon in 7th in the number 48 Chevrolet. John Moeller in the number 83 in 8th. Alex McGuire in 9th. Gregory Vadnais coming back out of the pits in 10th place. Jackson Pohl in 11th. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in 12th. They're probably just leaving pit road, so we'll have to see what those two are doing. Christopher Lindsay a lap down in the number 19 Chevrolet in 13th place. David Justin. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Dylan. I apologize. David Justin in the number 11 Toyota in 14th place. Cameron Sterling in number 32 Chevrolet in 15th. So come back around, 1 to go. We will be restarting the race, on lap 61 of 130. Just a little bit more than halfway to go in this race, and it is still really anybody's game. We come around through turn 1, 2. Jump to our different graphic. Tonight's race has been brought to you by Revolution Racing, one of the primary teams in this current league. Come on back down towards the backstretch, or back through the backstretch. I cannot talk tonight. I apologize. As we come down the backstretch, entering turn 3, the number 88 lining up on the inside of Tyler Martin, your leader. Number 00 of Jacob Schaffet in second on the outside. Hunter Burcham in the number 22 on the inside. A little bit of damage on the rear right panel there, as you can see. So we come back in towards the restart zone. Green flag is out, and it's a slow start for the number 88, waiting way late in the restart zone to go. 00 getting early advantage on that out of the restart zone. Getting slightly passed by the 00 on the outside. Number 22 pushing him. Number 88, Number 20 lining up behind him, followed by the 2. As we come on down towards turns 3 and 4, lap car of Jackson Pohl, in the number 16. Riding on the bottom of the racetrack, not a great spot for him to be, especially on a restart. I would have waited on the bottom of the racetrack for the field to go by, checking up on the backstretch, so at least the field could get by you when you know they're going to be coming off the high side off of the turn. 22 seems to want to challenge the number 88 on the outside line. There's the 20 car goes along with him. Entering turn 3, 22 getting by the number 88, or at least nose to nose with him. Hunter Burcham in the number 22, getting by, being helped by the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds, as Kyle Reynolds makes his reappearance towards the front of the field, followed by Waylon Burcham in the third place position, and the number 88 of Tyler Martin, losing some spots back down to 4th place. That was not a great restart from Tyler Martin, as seemingly the whole field almost blew on by him. His close competitors, at least. He challenges on the outside, takes it way up towards the wall, keeps it about lane and a half. Come off of turn 2, getting a little bit of block by the number 2. 22 by the 20 by the 2. And the 00 chasing him down on the bottom. Pushing the number 00. Number 64. Whoa! 2 and the 64 almost getting together. Alex McGuire in the number 64 and Tyler Martin in the number 2. Or Waylon Burcham, in the number 2. Getting really hairy there as we come back around down the backstretch into turn 3. Number 64 Ford Mustang. McGuire getting back up towards the front of the field after some early damage and a couple of spins. And that's the way super speedway racing can go. You never know if it's going to work out for you in the end. You don't know if you're going to get a little bit of an extra run off another car in front. Sometimes it's all just a pot luck. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a bit of a cold tonight. But we're doing it anyway. We're doing it live, aren't we? We come around to start lap 67 of 130. The leader is Hunter Bertram in the number 22 Ford Mustang, followed closely behind by the 00 of Jacob Shoffett and the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds. Both in Chevrolets as they go too wide behind him, trying to chase him down. The number 00 on the high side getting assistance from the number 88. 64 on the bottom, working to that number 20. Just not seeming to have that extra speed as the 88 slides back down towards the bottom. Now back up top, working both lanes now. Gotta be real careful doing that. If you change lanes too quick, change lanes too hard, you might spin yourself out. As the 88 starts pushing the 20 and the 22 a little bit. Trying to stay in the 22's slipstream. As they come back around 130, lap 69, excuse me. As my internet seems to have blipped. Internet. There we go. Oh, we have a spinner. Thaddeus Friel Jr. Let's see if we can... And that's exactly what I was saying. Spun himself out, coming off the turn too hot, changed the lane a little too early, and just lost the back of it. Rejoins the track, no real damage by the looks of it. But he's now, I believe, at the tail end of the lead pack. Very unfortunate for Thaddeus Friel. Jump back live on board with our leader as they come down pit road. Be interesting to see who is going to come down pit road. Number 19, number 16, choosing to stay out, hoping to get their lap back under the lucky dog. Riding on board, of course, with your number 22, your current leader, as they come down pit road, Hunter Bertram. He needs a good stop here to get back out there on the racetrack in a good position. Beautiful stop. A little early in his box, but that's a good stop nonetheless. 78 overshooting his box just to the left side of your screen there. 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks. And he's taking a long stop, probably getting some extra fuel in there, trying to make sure that he can go as long as possible. He is still not leaving the pits. There he goes. Very long stop from the number 22 of Hunter Bertram. Perhaps that's exactly it. If you can see his right rear panel, he waited for the repair to happen. That's why his stop took so long. That would be why. I forgot about that. It happens. We jump back on board with your current leader now. Gregory Vadnais leading the field once again. The number 19 lap car in front of him. Number 19 of Christopher Lindsay. In the Jack-o'-lantern number 19 Chevrolet. As they begin to form up behind the number 19. Of course, 19 is a lap car, getting the wave around this time by. Number 24 of Gregory Vadnais on the inside. Number 00 of Jacob Shoffett. Once again on the outside, Tyler Martin, the number 88, in third place. Alex McGuire, in third place. Tyler Martin in fourth. Waylon Bertram in fifth. Jimmy Gordon in 6th, Kyle Reynolds in 7th, John Moeller in 8th, Wyatt D. Hicks in 9th, Hunter Burcham in 10th, Thaddeus Friel Jr. in 11th, Jackson Pohl a lap down, first of the lap downs, in 12th place in the number 16 Chevrolet. Christopher Lindsay in 13th, David Justin in the number 11 in 14th. Christopher Sterling in the number 32 Chevrolet is out of the race. Cameron Sterling. I'm not good with names. I'm even less good with names, apparently, when I have an entire screen telling me exactly who everybody is. Good to know. Anyway, come back around for the restart. 55 miles an hour, 24 of Gregory Vadnais roars off, starting lap 73 of 130. 00 chasing him down behind him, number 64 running them down on the inside line, trying to keep that speed going before these two just run off with the slipstream all by themselves. As they come back around towards the backstretch, 00 pulling out, trying to get someone to work with him. Side draft off the 24 as they enter turn 3, not really working out for them as they run up the high side, keeping the same pace as number 24. I have a feeling once that number 64 starts linking up, it's going to work. It's going to be a whole world of difference compared to that 00 running all by himself. 48 and 2 getting a little bit close there for a second, but that's okay. Jimmy Gordon, the number 48, the number 2 of Waylon Burcham. Come down the backstretch. Number 48, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pumpkins Chevrolet. 78 on the outside, Wyatt D. Hicks. Number 00 getting very loose there off the quad oval as they come back around into turn number 1. Getting chased down very closely by the number 2 and the 48. Number 88, half a car back. Number 83 running them down as they get a good line going down on the bottom of the racetrack. 75 laps this time by of 130. We are over halfway to the finish of this race. This is the USORA here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park. The number 88 just took out the number 2 as we come around and start lap 77. Huge crash behind him. Let's jump on board. That's not even far back enough. Kyle Reynolds is the first one that wrecked. Let's jump on board with him. Kyle Reynolds. That's still not far back enough. Let's pause here. Go a little further back. We'll stop there. Now, Tyler Martin, I believe, or Waylon Burcham. Waylon Burcham, jump on board with him, the number 2 Ford. Gets real loose off of 4 and gets dumped by the number 88. 88 loses it and spins all down through the grass. Jump back on board with the 88. Where is he here? Tyler Martin. Let's rewind a little bit. Tags the 48, slides down through the grass, locks him up, and destroys the 20, the 19, and the 22 as they come on by. Very, very unfortunate there, as we still have wrecks going on. Alex McGuire has crashed. What is going on? Alex McGuire going very, very slowly on the racetrack. I am not entirely sure what is going on here. I'm trying to go back far enough to see what has happened. This is your second place car, number 64 now, of Alex McGuire. So this was the lap that everything went down. And I'm struggling to understand why it's saying that he crashed. It might be showing that he crashed because he was slowing up for the pace car. That might be it as well, but I want to make sure. Comes back around. Turn 3. Turn 4. Yeah, I'm not seeing what could have happened here. There's smoke on the front stretch. They slow down for it. Perhaps there was another wreck that I missed. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, let's jump back on board with the number 48 of Jimmy Gordon. Alex McGuire is now your leader as they come down pit road. 79 laps this time by completed of 130. 40, I believe, laps to go. Let's think. 10, 20, 30. I think it's 40 laps to go. 30. We'll see if I can do math. I don't think I can, which is funny yet sad at the same time. We'll have to find out. I believe it's 40... No, it's 50 laps to go. God, I suck at math. Okay, it's 50 laps to go this time by. Oh boy. 50 laps to go this time by. Number 64 of Alex McGuire is your leader, followed by the number 83 of John Moeller, Waylon Burcham in third, Kyle Reynolds in fourth, Jacob Shoffett in fifth, Jackson Pohl in sixth. Back on the lead lap in the number 16 Wendy's car, Jimmy Gordon in seventh in the number 48 Chevrolet, Gregory Vadnais in the number 24 in eighth, Hunter Burcham in the ninth, Wyatt D. Hicks in 10th, Thaddeus Friel, Tyler Martin, Christopher Lindsay are all in the pits. Let's come around and start lap 80 under the pace car. This is the USORA, United States Online Racing Association, here on the Fearless Broadcasting YouTube channel. Stay fast, stay fearless. Alright, folks, as we come back around, we're stacked up side by side entering turn 3 under the pace car as we're about to get underway once again. Number 64 of Alex McGuire is your leader. On the outside is John Moeller in the number 83 Chevrolet. Come off turn number 4, getting ready for the restart. Jump to a different camera this time. We've been running around on the basic camera for the majority of this race. Let's see if we can get some better views this time. Number 83 slightly overrunning the restart zone as the 64 takes off like a missile. I don't think the 83 really understood what was happening there because he just completely stuffed that restart and the caution is out once again. Understandably, most likely, for the fact the 83 did not go on the restart. He must have realized that the 64 was going slower than he was. Let's jump on back a little bit here. Jump on board with John Moeller. Get back towards that restart. Oh boy, and they had a full accordion effect right behind them. Let's jump to this camera. That's a little better. 83. Rolling a little too hot. Brakes early. 64 goes on by, and he dumps the anchor and just doesn't go. Taking up a little bit of the 20, the 48, and the 22. I can't tell if that was deliberate or if he just didn't realize that we were coming back to the green flag that time. Very unfortunate event there. Very, very unfortunate and very, very poor event there. I don't really know how else to word that. Let's hope that some of the guys that got collected up behind him get a good chance at a better restart. 48 and the 20 and the 22. Jimmy Gordon in the number 48, the 20 of Kyle Reynolds, and the 22 of Hunter Burcham. We have some wrecks on the field again. The game, my software is just telling me that because they're basically stopping. They're lining up side by side. Pace cars rolling on by them. Once again, we're running a bit of a Halloween theme today. Oh, and the number 00 pulls all the way off and smashes into the wall. Jacob Schaffet pulls straight off and into the wall. Wonder what happened there. Did he have a wheel failure? Or did he just not feel like racing anymore? He just pulled all the way down and smashed the left side of that car into the wall. Not entirely sure what that was about. As he gets a pit stop, as he enters the pits, chasing everybody down, entering the pit lane. Don't want to speed into the pits, of course, because that'll be a penalty. All the cars getting a wave around for the pace car, so that way there's no black flag that they have to worry about this time by. The 00 and the 20 entering the pits. Ultimate Pest Solutions 00, sponsored by Puffy's Swag Shop. Excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. Words are very difficult for me today, and I don't quite understand why, but hey, there we are. Jumping back on board with the number 64 of Alex McGuire. Now in second place, Waylon Burcham in the number 2 Ford Mustang. 2 Ford Mustangs leading the way. Once we go green again. 84 laps completed this time by number 19, Jack-O-Lantern Chevrolet. Most likely going to get a wave around this time by if they get back to where they're stacking up the field again. A lot of these cars not slowing down for the restarts again. Number 88 just blowing on by everybody as he enters the pits. Number 2 pulling into the pits as well. Number 98 pulling in as well. '78 running it all the way up over to the wall. Not quite sure why, but we restack the field a little bit again here. We come down towards the start-finish line. Number 64, of course, is your leader. We start lap 85 of 130. 45 laps to go. We will have at least one more lap after this before we go green flag racing once again. We'll be riding on board. Let's jump a little bit further back here. Let's jump to the number 48 Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pumpkins Chevrolet of Jimmy Gordon. The most delicious paint job out there on the racetrack, next to the Wendy's car. Number 20 locks him up and slides down the racetrack. Very close call there. Kyle Reynolds, lap down now, unfortunately for him. Comes around way too hot, not realizing that the pace car was there. Smashes the outside wall, locks him up, gets it off the racetrack. Not a whole lot of damage to that right front fender. I'm surprised he's not going to pit again. Jump back up to our leader. Number 64 of Alex McGuire on the inside line. Number 24 of Gregory Vadnais on the outside. One lap to go this time by before we go green flag racing once again here at Atlanta Echo Park Speedway. Lap 87 will be the restart lap of 130 laps. Currently the top 8 are the only cars on the lead lap. I don't know if there's a choose cone rule in this race, or if they have been encouraged to start single file behind the top 4. Good bit of racing still left to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Or Echo Park Speedway, whatever it's called these days. I can't remember. Come back around, turn 4. Pace car is off. 64 starts stacking up the field a little bit. Coming up to the restart zone. And a little tag from the 78. And nobody goes. They must have done an extra pace lap. Oh boy, here we go. Internet. There we go. Must have done an extra pace lap to make sure that the field was stacked correctly. We'll be going green flag next time by. Right on board the gearbox, or the rear bumper anyway, of Alex McGuire in the number 64. Nothing but Chevrolets around him. Second through 6th place, 5 cars behind him are all Chevrolet power. 7th, 8th, and 10th places are all Fords. And only one Toyota of David Justin, who is currently still in the pits. David Justin, in case I didn't say that. My apologies. I am struggle bussing or something here tonight. Jump back on towards an outside camera. Pace car is off as we come out of turn 4 onto the restart zone. We are green flag once again, lap 88. As we are green flag once again here at Echo Park Speedway. 64 with a great launch this time. Number 24 behind him. Followed by the 78 and 83. 48, 16, 2, 98, 00, 22, 20, 88 are your lead lap cars, first through 12th positions. 64 and the 24 getting some speed going as the 78 works that outside himself. 83, excuse me, pushing on the bottom as well. 48 behind him. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pumpkins. Blah, 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 blah. I cannot get that down for some reason tonight. I apologize. Working down towards the backstretch. Number 83 trying to stick with the leaders here. 78 starting to work with him. 24 running a little bit high. Pulls up to the high side. Comes back down to the bottom. 83 chasing him. 78 behind the 83. 64 leads us onto lap 90. 40 laps to go this time by. Green flag racing once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jump a little bit further back, turn the dashboard off. I just realized I'd left that on for half the night probably, but that's okay. We'll jump on board the number 22 of Hunter Burcham. Running that bottom with most of the other drivers. Number 19 Jack-O-Lantern car. Number 19 Jack-O-Lantern Chevrolet on the outside. Running back up towards the outside as he enters turn 3. 78 up there, working a little bit rough on the entry of the corner. 22 catching up to the 98 and 16, trying to keep that slipstream going. 00 getting a huge run on him. The number 2 getting some speed from it too. .78 swerving in and out of everything on the backstretch. Let's jump on board with him, Wyatt D. Hicks. In a mixed match, number 78 Chevrolet. As we come off of turn 4 through the start-finish straight. Back into 1 and 2, lap 93 of 130 laps. Runs all the way up the racetrack once again and starts losing position. Don't come down too quick there, buddy. You're going to take out that 16 if you're not too careful. Sliding in behind the number 48. Trying to keep that speed and momentum going, but he's also trying to work a little bit higher on the racetrack than anyone else is really willing to work with. Especially since Atlanta Motor Speedway is now more of a super speedway layout now, more than it is a more generic quad oval. Just got news as well from the racing booth itself. The last caution was partially a glitch issue on iRacing's behalf. That's why it took so long. Thank you, Ethan. That helps me out and helps me understand what is going on in the race, because I don't have the same comms as you. So thank you, Ethan. 78 losing a lot of positions out there, heading back towards the tail end of the lead pack. 2 and the 19 racing each other here. Jump on board with the 19. 19 car is a lap down. Jack-O-Lantern Chevrolet. Nothing against him, but I'm not entirely sure why he's challenging some of these lead pack drivers out there, especially at this point in the race. Obviously, of course, I hope that he gets the lucky dog and gets that lap back and gets back into the race. But we won't know until the next caution happens, if there is one. Jump back on board with the number 16 Wendy's Chevrolet of Jackson Hole. After a few wrecks towards the beginning of the session, he's clawed back up to a healthy 5th place. Not a bad run from him out there. A little squirrely down the backstretch as they come into turn 3. Chasing down the number 48 Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pumpkins. 48 Chevrolet of Jimmy Gordon. Coming back in towards 1 and 2. Working that inside. Getting real close to that bumper for a second. They're letting off, getting a little bit of a shove from the 98. Let's jump on board with Jimmy Gordon. Change cameras here as well. Race on down the backstretch. Back in the turns 3 and 4. A lot of front end damage still on that number 48 Chevrolet. He's definitely a little loose in the quad oval, but we are still green flag racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 48, 16, 98, and 22 trying to work together, keep the leaders from getting too far away from him. Number 2 pushing as well from the back of the pack there. Starting to pull away from the number 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks, Jacob Shoffett, Tyler Martin, and Kyle Reynolds. Alex McGuire followed by Gregory Vadnais and John Moeller in third. Jimmy Gordon, as we are riding on board with him in the number 48. Jackson Pohl in 5th place in the number 16. Thaddeus Field Jr. in the number 98 Ford in 6th. Hunter Burcham in the number 22 in 7th. Waylon Burcham in the number 2 Ford in 8th. Wyatt D. Hicks in the number 78 in 9th. Jacob Shoffett in the number 00 in 10th. Tyler Martin in the number 88 in 11th place. Kyle Reynolds in the number 20 in 12th. And those are all the cars currently on the lead lap. Christopher Lindsay in the number 19 is 13th place. David Justin is in the number 11 Toyota in 14th. Cameron Sterling, I believe, is out of this race. Very unfortunate for him. Getting pretty wild up here in the front of the pack, as we're kind of seeing now. 48 and the 16 really kind of not playing nice together. That 16 is wiggling all over the place, giving the 48 a little bit of a push down the backstretch. 16 glitching all over Hecking Creation here, falling back a little bit. Real big slide from the 16. Number 98 sliding up on the 16's inside, trying to get by him on the bottom. Trying to catch that number 48, make some magic happen up there. 48 has caught the 83 and the tail of the front two of the number 64 and 24, Alex McGuire and Gregory Vadnais. We'll jump back on board with our leader, number 64 of Alex McGuire. Behind. Huge one in the mirror. Let's jump back a little bit here. And it's further back than that, so let's jump. That's not it. That's too far. Let's jump on board with Jackson Pohl. All right. So number 16 car on your screen. Coming down the front stretch. 2 gets into him a little bit. Slides out, tries to save it. Neck codes into the 2. The 22, nowhere to go. Tries checking up and just slides out. Very unfortunate there. Let's jump on board with the 22 really quick. Just see it from his point of view. Yeah, he's just trying to check up, and he spins out down towards the bottom. And the 2 gets collected by the 78. Very, very unlucky event there for both the 2 and the 78. I believe the 78's got the worst of it, especially since he's got his hood up. 78 can't really even see where he's going. Not a good day to be that 78, I tell you. Wyatt D. Hicks just pulling out of the pits now. Thankfully, he was able to get right back on out there pretty quick. He rejoins the track. Hopefully, he doesn't go a lap down. As your top 8 all pull into the pits. Alex McGuire, Gregory Vadnais, Jimmy Gordon, Hunter Burcham, Jacob Shoffett, John Moeller, Tyler Martin, and Thaddeus Field Jr. all head into the pits. Number 88 overshooting his box just a little bit there. 64 with a good stop, gets right back out onto the racetrack. Drag race off of pit road. 64 leads the 24 off of pit road. "25 laps to go this time by 24 once we get back to the flag stand on the start-finish straight. This is the United States Online Racing Association, the USORA, here on the Fearless Broadcasting YouTube channel. Stay fast, stay fearless. One lap to green, this time by number 64, your leader of Alex McGuire. Gregory Vadnais, I'm sorry. On the outside in the number 24 Chevrolet. Number 22 of Hunter Burcham on the inside in third place, managing to get some of that position back. A lot of hard work out of that 22 and from that 98, seemed to get his nose damage repaired. Hopefully they both have a good chance at the finish of this race tonight. Along with Alex McGuire, these Fords have been really fast out there tonight. We'll see who comes out on top at the end of the race. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in 4th, Jacob Schoffett in 5th, John Moeller in 6th, Wyatt D. Hicks in 7th, Jimmy Gordon in 8th, Tyler Martin in 9th, Kyle Reynolds in 10th. Those are your cars on the lead lap. One lap down is Jackson Pohl in the number 16 Chevrolet, Waylon Burcham in the number 2, Christopher Lindsay in 13th, David Justin in 14th. Cameron Sterling is out of the race. 23 laps to go this time by as we go through turn 3 and 4, heading in towards the restart zone. Pace car is off, stacking up the field once again. 22 really getting ready to push. 64 takes off, 22 right alongside him. 24 trying to keep up as well as they both try to get that draft off the 64 as we go green flag this time. 64 and the 22 working that bottom, 24 sliding up behind them. 98 sliding in behind the number 24 as we come back around. Come back down the backstretch. Oh, and there goes the internet. And we're back. Number 98 followed by the 00 and the number 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks. As we come back around, 22 laps to go here at Atlanta. 00 working that high side, getting real close to that 98. 98 sliding up a little bit hard there. That's okay, keeping it going. A little bit more, sliding back down behind the 98, trying to keep the slipstream going, but not trying to stay too far back. Maybe running a little bit hot on that high side by himself. Never really know. Sometimes it happens. 64 by the 22, by the 24, by the 98, by the 00, by the 78, by the 48, by the 88, and the 83. That 88 sliding up a little bit high on the high side, but that's okay. Keeping it straight, that's the big thing. Especially at super speedways like this. You spin out or slow down too much, you might wreck yourself, or worse, wreck somebody else out of the race. 64 leading the way down the backstretch into turn 3. Followed closely by the 22 and the 24. 24 going on the outside, sneaking back down towards the inside. 98 working behind that 24, trying to keep that slipstream going. He's one car back. 64 under challenge from the 22 on the inside. 22 trying to duck a little bit below him as they enter the quad oval there as we exit turn 2. 22 chasing down the 64 as best as he can. 22 of Hunter Burcham chasing down the 64 of Alex McGuire as we exit turn 4. Back through the quad oval. 22 running a little wide there, blocking the 24 off as we enter once again turn 1. Now 00 running the high side with a huge bit of speed. He's challenging 98, for 4th place as he starts falling back without the help of the slipstream. 64, of course, still leading the race. We'll jump back with the lead of Tyler Martin towards the tail end of this little pack, followed closely behind by the number 48. Leading him is the 78, and the 00 chasing them down as we go into turn 1 and 2. The Class A 88 Chevrolet. We run down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Running all the way up towards that fence. Falling back just a little bit. Getting back. Whoa, getting real close to that 00, but getting back in line on the bottom. 64, 22, and the 24 running up front, working together for the time being. 16 laps to go. 88 seeming like he's got a bit of a problem because he does not want to be running in that slipstream very much. 00 is up in the wall, keeps it going. That's okay. 78 pulling away from both of them. Catching right back up though, still in the slipstream. Jump on board with 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks. 15 laps to go as we exit turn 2. These are your top 7 cars out on track. Alex McGuire, Hunter Burcham, Gregory Vadnais, Thaddeus Friel Jr., Wyatt D. Hicks, who are on board with now. Jacob Shoffett in the number 00 behind him. Tyler Martin in the number 88. John Moeller in 8th. Kyle Reynolds in 9th. Jackson Pohl seems to have gone a lap down again in 10th place. Waylon Burcham in 11th. Jimmy Gordon in 12th, Christopher Lindsay in 13th, David Justin in 14th. '78 running all the way up towards the wall. Sneaking back in line behind the 00 and the 98, 88 behind him. 00 getting out on his own again, seemingly wanting the help of the 88 on the outside line. 88 seems to be wanting to go with them, but they just do not seem to have any speed on that high side. As they come back around, start finish straight, 12 laps to go. Here at Atlanta, this is the United States Online Racing Association race here at Atlanta. Ten laps to go this time by, and according to my timesheet, Thaddeus Friel Jr. has crashed. Let's take a quick jump back to that. '98 seems to have spun out on his own again. Let's... Whoa. Wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. Yeah, that's not it either. Whoopsies. Apologies. My bad. I hate when I touch the wrong thing. Alright, let's jump to TV1. Coming off turn 2. Seemingly gets neck-coated by the 78 and gets tagged by him again. Keeps it off the racetrack and keeps it rolling as the rest of the field goes on by. 8 laps to go, no caution. We jump back on board with our leader, Alex McGuire. 8 laps to go. He has been leading the majority of this race since the last caution. 64 followed by the 22, followed by the 24 of Gregory Vadnais. 22 being driven by Hunter Burcham. Wyatt D. Hicks in the 4th place in the number 78. Jacob Shoffett in the number 00 in 5th. Tyler Martin in the number 88 and 6th. John Moeller in the number 83 and 7th. Thaddeus Friel Jr., who unfortunately just got spun, is in 8th place, still going, thankfully. And in 9th place is the number 20 of Kyle Reynolds. Six laps to go this time by. It is still anybody's race within these top 5 or 6 here. 78 getting a little dicey between some of these top guys out there, but that's okay. When it's towards the end of the race, you want to start making some of that magic happen. Number 20 of Kyle Reynolds starting to get in the way and into play of these other drivers. The number 20 car on the high side is the number 64, 22, 24. Start making their way around him. 00 looking to make his way around him, as well as the 78 as well. 88 tailing the small pack up at the front as Kyle Reynolds gets lapped once again, falling in behind the number 88. 22 pushing that 64. We're getting real racy up here, folks. Number 24 getting shoved around a little bit by the 78. 78 goes high. 00 almost making it 3 wide there. That would have been a really risky play, especially at this point in the race. 3 laps to go. 4 laps to go? Oh, I thought it was 3. My apologies. 4 laps to go this time by. 00 challenging the 24 on the outside. 74 pushing behind. 78, excuse me, pushing that 24 back up towards the leaders. 22 running all the way down to the bottom, hunting the 64 to the high side and takes the lead on the inside line. 78 trying to sneak down to the bottom, work with him. We are 3 wide into the quad oval, and they wreck. 78 hunts the 22 into the 64 with 3 laps to go. No caution. That is going to be another incident with some words happening, I believe, after the race, as Wyatt D. Hicks in the number 78 is now your leader at this point in time. Being chased down by the 00 and the 24 and the 88. Wyatt D. Hicks by Jacob Shoffett, by Gregory Vadnais, by Tyler Martin. Alex McGuire and Hunter Burcham getting taken out slightly by the number 78, or at least assisted by the number 78 into each other. Very, very risky play there. We will have to take a better look at that after the race. 00 challenging the 78 as we are white flag this time by. White flag, white flag. Last lap. Let's see what happens next. 24 shoving the 00. 88 trying to push them. 00 gets turned by the 24. Your top 3. 78 by 24 by 88. Will the 24 have enough speed off of turn 4 to get him? Get that number 78. Goes the outside. 78 of Wyatt D. Hicks is your winner by Gregory Vadnais, by Tyler Martin as they wreck across the line behind him. Your winner for tonight, Wyatt D. Hicks, is your winner here at Atlanta Speedway and with the United States Online Racing Association. your winner, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes back around and continues straight on by. Wyatt D. Hicks in the number 78 Chevrolet is your winner for tonight's race. Let's see if we can find him in here. I do not see Wyatt on the Discord. As he starts mowing the grass a little too enthusiastically and throws himself into the pits. Let's take a look and see about the number 24 of Gregory Van Day. Let's see if we can get him in here at least to see what his thoughts on the end of the race were. Gregory, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. How do you copy?
Hold on.
Very unfortunate what happened there at the end of the race. What do you think happened?
What if I try to pass him in the turn, like we go far away? I tried to get some momentum and stay his outside, and I did just lost air, and my nose just went up super high. And if I were to slow down, I would have air in a second, so that's pretty happening.
Very unfortunate, but it does happen, especially in super speedway racing. Thank you for racing out there tonight. We hope that next time we'll be talking to you from Victory Lane. How does that sound?
Man, you guys enjoyed those last, I don't know, 20 laps. Super racing pretty clean up front, us 3 or 4. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was. It was fun watching you guys out there tonight. Congratulations on a second place finish regardless.
Can I say something?
Of course, of course.
I apologize to the 11 car for the first lap. I don't know why I did. But I definitely took his day away from him, so I just want to apologize for that doing the first lap.
Well, we appreciate the honesty here. That's part of racing sometimes. Thank you for racing out there with us tonight, and we hope to see you again next time.
Yep. Thank you.
That was your second place finisher, the number 24, Gregory Vadnais. Let's see if anybody else wants to talk to us here in the booth. Let's see if Thaddeus wants to talk to us really quick. Thaddeus, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. How do you copy?
I copy, and it is notarized. What's up?
A little bit unfortunate out there for you towards the end. Saw you spun once or twice. What do you think happened?
Well, the last one was my fault. I was looking at the replay, and I came a little bit down on Wyatt. I think there was some netcode involved too, because my fender started bending in before I even touched him. But that was my fault. I'm glad he went on to win, because he obviously was getting somewhere. So I'm glad I didn't screw that up for him. But unfortunate, but it's all right. Get him next week.
Well, let's hope so. Well, thank you for talking to us really quick. We hope you had a good race anyway, and hope to see you from the top step of the podium next time. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. It's just a matter of time. Restrictor plate tracks are a totally different animal, so doing my best, trying to stay down there, especially at Atlanta.
Very true. Very true. Well, thank you for talking with us. We hope you had a good night anyway, and hope to see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Let's see who else is around. Oh, half the guys left. Let's see here. Let's see if John Moeller wants to talk to us, number 83 in 5th place. John Moeller, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. How do you copy? John? Hello? I cannot hear you, John, if you're talking to me. I apologize. I still cannot hear you. I can see your icon moving, but I do not see your... Or no, I do not hear you, excuse me. Unfortunately, folks, the microphone on John Moeller does not seem to be working at this time. Regardless, though, thank you all for watching tonight here at Atlanta Speedway. This has been the United States Online Racing Association here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My name is Pat Wilkinson. I've been your broadcaster tonight, and this has been Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast, stay fearless. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.